Hi guys, my name is Seth. I own Jumpship Training and I write the programming for the Jumpship class workouts. Now, I want to address a little bit about lifting post-Metcon. I know many people are very used to doing their strength work first and then going into their conditioning after, but it's something that we've changed quite a bit over the last couple years in terms of being more or less consistent with the conditioning first and strength after. Now, a couple points to this and things to consider. Number one, when we do strength work in class, rarely are we actually going for a true 1 rep max or even a 2 or 3 rep max. So most of the time when we're lifting, we're typically looking for consistency in those lifts. If it's clean, snatches, jerks, things like that, a lot of this is going to be technique based, and there'll be opportunities for you to go heavy, hit that new 1 rep max, and those will come up often enough. But a lot of times if you're hitting bigger sets of squats or deadlifts or presses or whatever, those aren't really max out sets. So you don't need to be feeling 100% to do those sets. And I think a lot of people feel like the conditioning takes away their ability to feel close to 100%. So they feel like they're leaving something on the table, but that's really not the case. The other big part to lifting second is that the conditioning typically has a similar movement pattern or the same pattern as what you're going to find in the lift. And so what that does is it doubles not only as kind of a primer in terms of getting your body ready to move throughout a greater range of motion, but it just warms you up and makes you ready to lift heavier weights sooner. A lot of times if you start with a lift, or maybe a lift is even the whole class, the warm-up may not be thorough enough to get you to where you want to be fast enough. And if you start first and you definitely have a conditioning piece to follow, you have to rush through that those first sets of lifting, and a lot of times you don't have the time prior to get warm enough to actually hit those big lifts. And so doing it after you do your conditioning, you're going to be as warm as you'll ever be, and you're going to be ready to hit deeper squats, better deadlift pulls, better overhead position. All kinds of stuff like that will come with going second to the conditioning. Now again, I do get the feedback where people feel like the conditioning's taken a little bit out of them and takes away from their strength work. But on the days that you really, really want to focus on that lift and you get to see both parts ahead of time, all you have to do is treat the conditioning as more steady state, more consistent rounds or something like that, as opposed to trying to ram your head through the wall and get the high score of the day. Not every conditioning piece has to go like that. You should vary the intensity and vary how hard you're pushing on a day-to-day basis, and you can prioritize one piece or the other. Now, the program's written to prioritize one piece or the other, but you can make it more of your choice based on what you need and what you want to work on. So I hope that information helps you guys navigate the lifting post-conditioning in terms of when to make the most of both things. Some days you want to really push that Metcon and just focus on technique work and the lift after. Other days the Metcon's really just there to warm you up, get your engine going, get your blood pumping, get your range of motion solid so that when the lift comes around you can put in the majority of your effort there. So hope that helps, guys. Feel free to reach out anytime if you ever have questions.